Hello riders, I hope you're well today. I'm sitting here in this beautiful Berliner park and I'm gonna share with you guys my thoughts about the big adventure motorcycles. Do we really need expensive and fancy motorcycle to do our adventures or not? The short answer is no, we don't need it. We need water, we need food, we need shelter. Anything else is just the luxury extras. Stay with me. One of my subscribers asked me why I did not review my motorcycle. Actually, I did two reviews. One, it's called long-term test. You can find the card somewhere here, and another one about the modifications. But he was right, I did not review my motorcycle as I already did with all of these motorcycles in the last month. So I decided to do this, guys, to show you how this motorcycle perform on the city ride, on the twisty roads, on the highway, and so on and so on. I'm sure now many of the owners of the big motorcycles will attack me and say, no, this is 660, it's only 48 horsepower, it's not good enough for go to the long trips and so on and so on. Maybe they're right, but what does it mean? It's not good for a long motorcycle trips. In the last 5 years, I have been to more than 50 countries. I have spent more than 100,000 kilometers riding on that motorcycle. What does this mean? It's not good for long trips. Of course it's good, and I have evidence about it. Another one of my subscribers wrote me in the channel. A few months ago, I had Africa Twin ordered at the dealer, but I cancelled this order and bought second-hand 2009 little Tenere. I am totally amazed by this bike. For the money I saved, I bought all the equipment I need and took a part of professional off-road training, and the rest of the saving I can spend on my journeys. Thank you, Pavel, for this comment. This is exactly what I did. Instead of buying expensive motorcycle, I bought cheap Yamaha Tenere and spent those money traveling around the world. I told you many times, guys, to travel around the world, you don't need fast bike. And why is this obsession about so many horsepower? 100, 120, 150, 160, fast. Fast for where? If you want to be a fast rider, go and buy R1 or BMW RR or something like that and ride faster. If you want to see the world, you need a travel bike, you don't need a fast bike. Okay, let me show you the bike. Okay, this is the bike, Yamaha XT660Z. I already made a lot of modifications. Videos about it you can find in the description below. So let's talk about this. What we have right from the beginning, right from the shop. We have 21-inch front wheel, we have 17 on the back. We have a bulletproof engine. When I'm telling you bulletproof engine, it's a really bulletproof engine. Mine had already 102 free, almost 5,000 kilometers, and it's worked absolutely trouble free. I have changed only the clutch when it's got to 70,000 kilometers, and I did it because I have plans to go to Central Asia, and I knew that I'm gonna have a lot of off-road there and sands and dunes, and I want to be sure that everything is okay. But it was not necessary to change the clutch. It is only 660 cc and delivers 48 horsepower. I do have a power commander and open air filter, so probably I have more 3 or maximum 5 horsepower extra. The stock suspension was fine, and it came with a 2 double disc on the front. I changed all of this, but it was not necessary. I did it because I want to have a stiffer suspension. The original suspension was soft for me. It has 22 liters of tank, and if I am very gentle with the throttle, I can ride up to 500 kilometers. If I am not, 400 are guaranteed. The stock seat was on 2 levels, just like this. I changed it with this because I'm 185, I need more height, and of course I need a better seat. All of this you can see in the videos. The stock motorcycle coming with 2 exhaust pipes. Actually it is 1, but finished with 2 mufflers. It was too big, too heavy, and I changed it. The sound of that muffler and the sound of the engine, it's not that impressive because it is a single cylinder. It's popping like a tractor. It's very noisy, as you can hear. But in fact, I like it. The light is pretty good. I'm not riding during the night, but if you have to do, you can use it with no problem at all. I'm not a fan of the spotlights. The original windscreen was shorter, 10 centimeters shorter, so I really need to change it with this one. You can find a lot of aftermarket options because I need to stop the buffering on my helmet. The tank has this nice protection covers here, and you can see from the marks here that they really work well. Actually, with this motorcycle, you don't need a crash bar. It's crashed pretty well. I dropped it a couple of times. How many times I really don't know. You can see it here as well, but it's worked absolutely great. What you really need is handguards, but you need a real handguards made from metal, not only from plastic. They have two purposes. First is to protect your hands from the wind, especially when it's cold, and the second is to protect your brake and your clutch levers. Okay, let's check the ergonomics. I am 185 and you can see both of my feet are on the ground. Handlebar position is nice, but actually I customize it. I have a different handlebar. It is 28 millimeters with a curvy shape, and also I have a 2 centimeters bar riser. So I actually extend it with something like almost 4 centimeters to get to the position I want. Mirrors are not that good. I can see maybe 30% of the mirrors I see in my shoulders, so they can be positioned better, but anyway. The clutch, it's just a cable clutch. It's a little stiff, it's not that soft, but during the time I get used to. Okay, let's see the dashboard. The dashboard is really simple. We have this analog clock to the revs and the digital to the anything else. It's a very simple. We have on the right hand side only the petrol, we have the real mileage, we have a day trip and time. That's everything. To be honest guys, I don't need anything else. Yes, I don't have a gear counter, but if you don't know on which gear are you riding, I think you have to go back to the base and learn to ride a motorcycle properly. Let's go to ride. I'll be honest with you guys, and I'm gonna tell you, I really love the sound and the torque of the single cylinder. It's cornering really well. Yes, when you're riding a single cylinder, you have to change the gears more often. But once you learn it, it's not a problem at all. It is a pleasure. If I don't want to change the gears, I'll pick up automatic car and riding forever. I have a motorcycle exactly for this, to changing the gears and to have the feeling of riding motorcycle. It has more than enough power to riding for twisty rolls like this. The stock brakes were excellent. After the change I made, I replaced the two discs with one. They're a little softer now, but they work fine. And I'm traveling alone with a not so heavy luggage, so for me it's fine. Just keep that in mind. If you're two people with a lot of luggage, you shouldn't make this change. Let's check the standing position. It's a perfect for me, guys, but I told you, I made it for myself. So with this setup, I can ride all day standing. It's not a problem at all. As you can see, the seat and the tank provide enough surface to grab it with my knees and hold the motorcycle. It's cornering so well. Of course, it's a very well balanced, not a problem at all. Actually, with this motorcycle I can do whatever I want. We know each other from a long time. Let's do some maneuvers. Actually, this motorcycle is so nice to make maneuvers. So nice. Because of the torque it has on the low revs. You can play all day like this, just making nice maneuvers, and you are never be bored. When I first time jump on that bike, I feel it a little top heavy, but now because so many years I already used to, I cannot feel it at all. But the first impression is that it's a top heavy, which is right, because it has this big 22 liters petrol tank right on the top, and yeah, but it's not bad. Let's see how it's on the highway, where most of the small engines are struggling. The windscreen I have, it's almost perfect. I have a little buffering here in the peak, but not that bad. You can see yourself, 120 kilometers are not a problem at all. And the revs are only 4,500 in the middle of the gauge. This is what I normally keep watching it. When I'm riding, I never go more than 5,000 revs. Of course, if you need to overtake, you can go to up to 150 kilometers per hour with no problem at all. It has some vibrations, but it's not bad at all. If you keep in mind it's a single cylinder, and as I said, it's not bad at all. Actually, I have a very similar vibrations with the GS 800 Adventure. And I told you I did not expect to have any of this. For city ride, this motorcycle is perfect. You can go between the cars, you can twist to accelerate, you can change the lanes faster. It's made for the city ride, I will say. Because it is tall, because of the position of the mirror, it's not a problem to go between the cars. There are a few things I would like to have on that bike, and the first is a temperature sensor. There is no at the moment, and you never know, is it the motorcycle warm, is it the motorcycle work well, is it the temperature normal, so you have to guess it. And the second is probably 6 gears. Actually, the gearbox is pretty nice. These 5 gears are very well selected. Maybe sometimes when I'm riding off-road I have some troubles. For example, first is too short, second is too long, but it's not bad at all. You learn how to do it. Because it has a nice clearance, it's easy to jump to and from the sidewalk if you need to. That makes it even better for city riding. Okay guys, my conclusion is that this is a perfect round the world motorcycle. You have strong engine, you have 22 liters of tank, you have 21/17 tires, you have a nice headlight, windscreen, luggage capacity, whatever you need. I did not say anything about the off-road guys, because I prepare a short 3 minutes video for you guys to check what this motorcycle is capable to do. You decide, is it good or not? Thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Ciao.